7 things you must do right after turning 60 to stay healthy and live longer. You just turned 60, and maybe folks told you, relax, you've made it. But deep down, you're wondering, what now? Is this the time to slow down, or is it the start of something new? Well, let me tell you something I've learned in 50 years working with older adults. The moment you hit 60, that's not a finish line. It's a fork in the road. Some people drift. They lose momentum, lose their spark. And others, they take off. They grow stronger, sharper, even happier than they've ever been. The truth is, the choices you make right after turning 60, they matter a lot. They shape how you age, how you feel, how long, and how well you'll live. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. I'm going to walk you through 7 powerful things you need to do right after turning 60. Nothing complicated, just small steps with big impact. So go ahead, get comfy. Maybe grab a notepad if you like to jot things down. Because what we're about to cover could be the start of your best chapter yet. Now, the very first thing, and I mean first, isn't about your body. It's not about your diet. It's about your why. Let's talk about section 1. Rebuild your sense of purpose. You know, people talk a lot about retirement. They say things like, you've earned the rest, or now you can finally relax. And that's true. You have earned a slower pace. But here's the thing most folks don't talk about. When the job ends and the schedule clears, something else slips away too, your sense of purpose. And without purpose, things start to unravel. Not all at once, slowly, quietly. I've seen it time and time again. Someone retires, excited at first, sleeps in, watches a little more TV, maybe takes a trip or two. But after a few months, the spark starts to fade. They feel lost. Not because they're lazy, but because we humans, we need to feel useful. Take my friend Earl, retired engineer, sharp as ever. After 6 months of doing nothing, he felt down, sluggish. We talked, and I said, Earl, what if your purpose hasn't ended? It's just changed. He started tutoring high school students in math. And let me tell you, within weeks, he was lit up, laughing again, joking again. He had a reason to get out of bed. See, your value doesn't retire. Your experience, your wisdom, your voice still matter. Whether it's volunteering, mentoring, creating, helping, your purpose can evolve, not disappear. And once that fire's burning again, once you've got a reason to get up each morning, the next step is to make sure your body can keep up with your spirit. So let's talk about movement, not exercise in the gym. Just simple, life-giving motion. Section 2. Move daily. Even if it's just a little. Now let's be honest. After 60, the recliner starts looking real inviting. And hey, you've earned some rest. No shame in that. But here's where it gets tricky. One skipped walk turns into 2, then into weeks. Before you know it, your knees ache more, your back stiffens, your energy dips, and suddenly, even getting up feels like a chore. But let me tell you something I've seen over and over again. Movement is medicine. I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. I'm talking about simple, steady movement, walking around the block, stretching while you wait for the kettle to boil, doing chair yoga while the news is on. There was this woman, Janice, 72, bright as a button. She told me, "William, I just don't have the strength I used to." Turns out she'd stopped walking during the winter and never really picked it back up. We started slow, 10 minutes a day. Nothing fancy. After just a month, her energy returned. She smiled more. She even started dancing again at her grandson's birthday. Movement isn't just about fitness. It's about freedom. It keeps your heart pumping, your joints happy, and your independence intact. So don't overthink it. Just get moving. Even a little goes a long way. Now that we've got your body in motion, let's talk about the fuel you're giving it. Because what you eat after 60, it matters more than ever. And trust me, it's not about dieting. It's about nourishing. Let's dig into that next. Section 3. Eat real food, not just easy food. Now let's talk about food. Ah yes, one of life's greatest comforts. A warm bowl of soup, a slice of pie, that familiar favorite meal you've had for years. Nothing wrong with enjoying your food. In fact, I encourage it. But here's the truth. After 60, your body needs more nutrition, not less. And sadly, most folks end up eating less real food, and more of what's quick, cheap, or familiar. I see it all the time. Frozen meals, crackers, toast, canned pasta. Easy? Sure. But nourishing? Not so much. One man I worked with, Robert, 68, diabetic, was tired all the time. When we looked at what he was eating, it was mostly carbs. Toast for breakfast, noodles for lunch, cereal for dinner. We made just a few simple swaps: leafy greens, some grilled chicken, a handful of almonds, and yes, blueberries. Within weeks, his energy bounced back. His blood sugar steadied. He even started walking more because he felt better. See, your cells crave real fuel, things that grow from the ground, swim in the sea, or graze on grass. You don't need fancy diets, just real, whole food, and a little water to wash it down. Food can heal, food can hurt. You get to choose. And while food is your daily medicine, there's something else just as powerful, and that's knowing what's going on inside your body. Let's talk about checkups, screenings, and those silent numbers that could make all the difference. Section 4. Get regular checkups and know your numbers. All right, now I know going to the doctor isn't anyone's favorite activity. The forms, the waiting, the gowns that don't quite close in the back. Yeah, I've been there. But here's something I've learned after all these years. What you don't know can hurt you, especially after 60. See, things like high blood pressure, diabetes, even kidney issues, they can sneak up without a single symptom. You feel fine until suddenly you don't. That's why checkups matter. I'm talking about your Medicare wellness visits, blood pressure checks, colonoscopies, mammograms, A1C, cholesterol, the works. These tests aren't just boxes to tick. They're your early warning system. Take Joe, one of my clients, 66, stubborn as a mule. Said he didn't need no doctor. His wife finally talked him into a screening. Turns out he had early-stage prostate cancer, and they caught it just in time. Quick treatment, and within months, he was back to fishing with his grandson. And don't forget your meds. Many folks over 60 are on 6, 7, even 10 prescriptions. Sit down with your pharmacist once a year. Ask questions. Make sure everything still makes sense for your body. Because staying healthy isn't just about reacting. It's about staying ahead of the curve. But even with all the right numbers, there's something else that can make or break your health after 60. And that's the company you keep. Let's talk about connection and why your relationships might just be the best medicine of all. Section 5. Strengthen your social circle. Let me ask you something, friend. When's the last time you had a really good conversation? The kind that makes you laugh, or think, or just feel seen? Because I'll tell you this. After 60, we don't just need vitamins and checkups. We need connection. It's vital. You see, loneliness? It's not just a feeling. It's a health risk. Studies say it's as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I wish that were an exaggeration. But it's not. Isolation raises your risk of heart disease, stroke, depression, even memory decline. And the truth is, it can sneak up on you. Kids get busy. Friends move away. Suddenly the house is quiet. Too quiet. But it doesn't have to stay that way. I remember Miss Annie, 84, sharp as ever, but grieving after losing her husband. She stopped answering calls, stopped smiling. We got her involved in a local senior book club, just once a week. Within a month, she was laughing again, telling stories, alive again. So whether it's a phone call, a church group, a coffee date, or a good old-fashioned walk with a neighbor, reach out. Start small. Stay open, because a strong heart needs strong relationships. Now, speaking of heart health, there's one kind of pressure that doesn't show up on a blood test, but it can eat away at you all the same. Let's talk about financial stress and how to take the weight off your shoulders, one smart step at a time. Section 6. Simplify your finances and know your benefits. Let's talk money for a moment. I know, it's not always a fun topic, but I've got to be honest with you. I've seen far too many good people lose sleep, health, and peace of mind over financial stress. After 60, managing money becomes a different kind of puzzle. Fixed incomes, rising costs, unexpected medical bills. Sometimes, even helping out adult children or grandkids. And before you know it, you're tightening your belt a little too much. But here's the good news. You're not alone, and you're not without options. I worked with a woman named Carol, 73, sweet as pie, but quietly drowning in stress. She had no idea she qualified for a Medicare savings program and energy assistance. Just a few small steps saved her over $250 a month. That changed everything. She started eating better, joined a walking group, smiled more. There are programs out there, SNAP for groceries, Medicaid, prescription discounts, even local nonprofits. A great place to start? benefitscheckup.org. It's free, and it's made just for seniors like you. And if finances still feel overwhelming, talk to a retirement-friendly advisor. You don't need to have millions, just a plan that gives you peace. Because financial health is health. And speaking of peace, there's one more step we have to talk about. It's not just about money, or checkups, or meals. It's about planning ahead, not out of fear, but out of love. Let's talk about protecting your peace and setting your future up with clarity and care. Section 7. Protect your peace and plan ahead. Now I know, this next part might feel a little uncomfortable. We don't like to talk about wills, power of attorney, or end-of-life care. And I get it. But hear me out, friend. Planning ahead isn't about expecting the worst. It's about living your life with intention. It's about giving yourself and your family peace of mind. I once sat with a woman named Loretta, 76. Her husband had passed suddenly, and nothing was written down. No medical preferences, no financial instructions, no will. She was heartbroken and overwhelmed. She said, "William, if we just had that conversation, I could have honored what he wanted." Since then, I've told everyone, talk now, while you're healthy, while your mind is clear and your voice is strong. Create a living will. Choose a medical proxy. Write down where things are, what you want, what matters most to you. And on the brighter side, make a joy list. Places you want to visit, people you want to reconnect with, hobbies you want to try. Because planning isn't just about dying. It's about living wisely, with calm, confidence, and love. You've got wisdom. You've got stories. You've still got time. Let's make sure it's lived well and on your terms. So now that we've walked through these 7 powerful shifts, what comes next? Let me remind you, you are more in control than you think. And this chapter of your life, it can be one of the best. Let's bring it all together. So here we are. We've talked through the 7 powerful things you must do right after turning 60. And maybe you're thinking, where do I begin? Start small. Start with 1. Reignite your purpose. Move your body. Eat to feel better, not just full. Know your numbers. Call an old friend. Look over your finances. Make a simple plan. You don't have to do it all at once. This isn't a race. It's a new rhythm. And it starts with 1 small step. A chance to live with more clarity, more confidence, and more joy. Because the truth is, your best years aren't behind you. They're right here, waiting for you to step into them. So give yourself permission to grow, to laugh, to love, and to live with boldness. If this message touched you, share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe. I've got more heart-to-heart wisdom coming your way soon. Until then, take care of your body, protect your peace, and remember, every day above ground is a good day. You're not done yet, not even close. This life, it still has so much left to offer you.